Hello, good morning, everyone. Today we will discuss Chapter 2 or the Organization Strategy and Project Selection for the Project Management Integration course. So this is this is book we are using a McGraw-Hill in terms of copyrights of the books. It is called Project Management Managerial Process as by Eric and Clifton Gray. Okay, so let's look at the chapter 2 on this part. So chapter 2 is we are talking about the strategy. What are the strategy? This is one of the key part. Where are we now? After the first one we discussed about the introductions. Now we will discuss about the strategy of the project management. Then we have a number of key objective from 1 to 9. Okay, what is let's look at one by one. Explain why it is important for PM to understand the organization strategy. Number two, identify the significant role project that contribute to the strategic direction of an organization. Number three, understand the need for project priority system. Number four, distinguish the among three kinds of project. Number five, describe how phase gate model applies to project management. Number six, apply non-financial criteria to assess the value of a project. And then apply. Number seven, understand how multiple criteria models can be used to select project. Number eight, apply an objective priority system to project selections. Number nine, understand the need to manage a project portfolio. These are the chapter outline from 1 to 8. Okay, why there's a project manager need to understand strategy all the way to managing portfolio system. So we will discuss this in detail. Number one, why is project managers need to understand strategy? There are two main reasons they need to understand in mission strategies. Number one, so they can appropriately make decision adjustment. When I was working for the Travelers Canada, the objective of the project, which is IFRS 17, the deadline which is this year for April 2024 to everything to have to go live, not to 24, 2023, the exact one. So everything has to be there online. So that's the strategy mission because it's a compliance regulatory requirement. So it is the first priority and the star priority. All the resources of the company has to be focused on that one. Why? It's the regulatory requirements. Okay, if not, there will be a fine. Okay. Number one, so they can make appropriate decision and adjustment. How project owner will respond to suggestion to modify the design of a product. A delay may vary depending upon strategic concerns. Number two, they can be effective in project advocates. They have to be able to, number one, demonstrate to senior management how their project contribute to the firm mission in order to garner their continued support. That's number one. Let me just flip it by accident and then explain to stakeholder why certain project objectives and priorities are critical in order to secure buy-in contentious trade-off decisions. And as well explain why the project is important to motivate and empower project team. Okay, so these are the first understanding two main reasons why project manager have to understand the need of a strategy. Okay, understand the strategy very well. Number two, a strategic management process is an overview. There are strategic management defined. What is the process assessing what we are and deciding and implementing what we intended to be and how we are going to get there. That's the key part. What we are. For example, at the time I was with Binmo, we are doing an ICI project enhancement. Great. So what we are a fixed income. At the time we were a fixed income ICI team system implementing what we intend to be and how we're going to get there. So the upgrade is for the higher version, from let's say from 1.0 to 2.0 version, and we have to get everything in place. Okay, it's a continuous interactive process aimed at developing an integrated and coordinated long-term plan action. Why we have to implement that upgrade? Because of the new software has a lot of criteria that includes the calculation of all the fixed income related instruments as one of the aim. Requires strong link among missions, goal, objective, strategy, and implementation. That's another one. Okay. There are two major dimensions of strategic management. One, respond to changes in the external environment and allocate the firm's care resources to improve its competitive positions. Number two, internal response to new action programs aimed at enhancing the competitive position of the firm. Excuse me. Let me just grab a water. Also, number four, there are four activities of the strategic management process. What are they? Number one, review and define the organization missions. What are the missions? The mission identify what we want to become. The mission statement identify the scope of the organization in terms of product and services. At the time when I was with BMO, the objective is to be the number one bond trader in the marketplace in Bay Street. Okay. Number two, analyze and formulate strategy. Formulate strategy answer the question of what needs to be done to reach objective. Strategy formulation include determining and developing alternatives that support organization objectives and selecting the best alternative. Number three, set objectives to achieve strategies. What are the objectives? Translate organization strategy into specific and concrete measurable terms. Objective answer the detail where the firm is headed when it's going to get there. And number four, implementing the strategy through project. Implement answers the question how strategy will be realized and given available resources. Okay, these are the typical strategic management process. Review and review submissions. There's an external opportunity SWOT analysis here. Opportunity and threat. There's an internal strength and weaknesses. Set a strategy and objective. Go for portfolio strategic choice. Go to strategy implementations. Go to project selection. Go to the project. This is the typical strategic management process. What are the characteristic objective? We call it SMART. What is SMART? SMART say we're gonna discuss this piece by piece. S stands for specific, be specific in targeting an objective. M, which is measurable, establish a measurable indicator of progress. A, which is assignable, make the process assignable to one person for completion. R, which is realistic, state what can be realistic be done with available resources. T, which is time related, state when the objective can be achieved. That is durations. Okay, it's the key part. 3. Need for the project in priority system. Implementation of project without a strong priority system linked to strategy to create problems. Now problem 1. There's an implementation gap. This is 2.3. The need for the project priority system. Okay, there's several problems that we're going to discuss. The first one, as mentioned, is implementation gap. It's a gap due to the lack of understanding and consensus of organization strategy among top and middle managers. So it has to be leveled out. When there is an implementation, the different group has a different understanding of how to do things. Okay, this is what I found it when I was doing project, because a lot of offshore developer, mostly in non-Canadian based developer, somewhere in India or somewhere other than offshore, they are there is a different kind of understanding. So it has to be made consensus. That's the key part. There's an implementation. That's for sure. Problem 2: organization politics. Project selection may be based not so much on facts, sounding reasoning, on the perception of the power of people leveling project. The term scarce score is often used to denote a project that a powerful high-ranking officer is advocating. That's the key part. Organization politics. If somebody like CIO, Chief Investment Officer, who is promoting it, that is one has one of the best. We call it scarecrow, sacred crow. Okay, is because it's somebody is high level at the executive level is promoting it. Problem 3: resource and conflict and multitasking. Multi-project environment creates the problem of project interdependency and need to share resources. Resources sharing leads to multitasking, involves starting and stopping work on one task to go and work on another project and then returning the work on the original task. So sometimes we have a limited resources, which is subject matter expert that is key in helping the project. For example, resources for an accounting setup. So we have to make sure everything is there. Okay, let me just get there. And then Benefits of the portfolio management. Build discipline into project selection process. Link project selection to static metrics. Prioritize the project proposal across a common set of criteria, and rather than on politics or emotions, and allocates resources to projects that align to strategic decisions, and balance the risk across all the project, and justify clean projects that do not support the organization strategy. If the project that is not aligned with the company strategy, it's better to kill off because it doesn't make sense to continue it. Okay, and improve communication, support, and agreement on project goals. All right, let's continue on. This is 2.2, and then and 2.4 project classifications. What are the project classification? The compliance, which is the must do project. For example, the IFR 17, IFR 17 are the compliance. This is a must do project. You cannot ignore it. Strategic project. Example, uh, setting up a new trading desk in new trading desk system using a different system. That is another strategic project. Okay, and then there's an operational project that I just mentioned to you before. In BMO, there's an upgrade for the ICI accounting system, broad rate system, that is mostly related to operational activities of the fixed income desk. Okay, that is called operational project. And we go into the next detail. 2.5, which is the phase gate model, is a series of gates that project must pass through in order to be completed. Its purpose to ensure that the organization is invested in time and resources on a project that contribute to its mission and strategy. Each gate is associated with a project phase and represent a decision point. A gate can lead to three possible outcomes such as go, no go, which is kill, or recycle. So a go or no go is usually the standard process. We most of the project that I've been involved is on a go basis. Okay, there's one time when we say it's no go because of the issue with the switches in one of the BMO project and fixed income that I was doing. So we decided to do no go, and we'll go back to recycle to the old system, the old version, and we're gonna recycle when we revisit it again in recycle, which is revised, revisit again after 6 months. Okay, this is what has happened in the past. So this is to give you an example of go, no go, or revisit, recycle. This is the phase gate program system. The phase gate program process diagram. Phase one, gate one here. Phase two, proposal. Gate two. Phase three, which is screening. Gate three. Phase four, which is implementation. Gate four, process evaluation. Gate five, all the way to phase six, closure, and gate six. So phases is in the square bottom. Gate is in the go kill recycle, which is the triangle side. So I'll give you an idea how it operates. Okay. In terms of selection criteria, there's a financial criteria. Usually we use payback or NPV, net present value. For non-financial criteria, we use a project or strategic important to the firm. For two multi-criteria selection model, we use checklist models or multi-weighted scoring models. Okay. A good example of the payback model we discuss here. Payback model is a measure time the project will take to recover the project investment. Desired shorter payback is the simplest and most widely used models. Emphasize the cash flow and a key factor in the business. Okay. Limitation of the payback is that it ignores the time value of money. It assumes cash inflow for the investment period or not beyond, and does not consider profitability. So the payback formula will be payback period equal to estimated project cost divided by annual saving. This is a typical payback model. Look at this strategy. Comparing to project using payback period, project A versus project B, we have 700 investment here, project A, annual saving 225, payback period with 3.1 years, rate of return 32.1%. Project B, it is 100,000, investment annual saving 110,000, payback period 3.6, rate of return 27.5%. These are the formula given to you. Project A, which is D8, which is D8, which is here, divided by D9. Okay, that is the formula for project A. For the Project B will be F8 divided F9. So project A is accepted less than 5 years, exceeded 15% desired rate. Project B is also accepted less than 5 years, exceeded 15% net. This is the two projects if we are using the project payback method. And for the NPV, net present value, another criteria, net NPV uses management minimum desired rate of return to compute the present value of all net cash inflow. It prefers positive NPV to negative NPV, desire higher positive NPV, and is more realistic because it's considered time value of money, cash flow, and profitability. This is the logic here using the Microsoft project NPV equal to I plus summation of F1 over in close bracket 1 plus K exponential 1. I stand for the initial investment, F stands for the net cash flow investment for your T, K for the required return, N is the number of years. So we look at this project based on the Excel here, give it to you, project A versus project B. Project A gives you a return of NPV of 54,235 using the same kind of method of NPV, the previous one, okay? Project B give you an NPV of 31 to 60. So, using an NPV comparison, A is more likely to be positive while B is rejected because of the negativity. Alright, let's look at continue on the non-financial criteria. What are the non-financial criteria? Number one is to capture larger market shares. Number two, make it difficult for companies to enter the market. Number three, develop an enabler product, which is by its production will increase sales and more profitable products. And develop also four, to develop strategy that will be used in the next generation of products. Five, reduce dependency on unreliable suppliers. And then finally, to prevent government intervention and regulation. These are the non-financial criteria examples. Okay. There are two multi-criteria selection models, such as checklist models. Use the list of questions to review potential project and either accept or reject, and allow greater flexibility in selection of different types of project. And checklists fail to answer relative importance of value of potential project of organizations. Okay. For multi-weighted scoring model, use several weighted selection criteria, include quality or quantitative criteria, and allow for comparison with other potential projects. Checklist model, sample size used in the practice. Example, the topic here. Strategy will be what specific organization strategy does this project align to? Okay, it's like a sponsorship. Who is the project sponsor? A risk, example. How risky is the project? ROI. When will the project show the result? I'm just going to mention partially here. Resources. What will internal resources be available in this project? Portfolio. How does this project interact with the current project? So these give you an example of the checklist model. Excuse me. Excuse me. So multi-weighted scoring model, which is project metric, project 1 all the way to project N, give you a matrix there. This is the weighted one. And then give you the column here. Stay in the core or competency, strategy, fit, urgency, all the way here. Okay, ROI. So all the way we put it in one by one based on the weighted average total. Project 5 has 102. The lowest one will be project 2. Okay, give you an idea of the weighted average in each criteria here. Okay. 2.7 projects applying selection module, which is project classifications. Deciding whether a project fits with the organization strategy and selecting a model. Weighted scoring criteria seems to be best alternative because they reduce the number of wasteful projects using resources. They help identify project goals that can be communicated using the second criteria as collaborations. They can help managers to understand how the project was selected and how the project contributes to organization goal and how it compares to the other project. In terms of selection model, within the organization requires for approval of PF from external sources and contact vendors. And in terms of ranking proposal and selection process, evaluating each proposal in terms of for feasibility, potential contribution to strategic objectives, and rejecting or accepting project based on given selection criteria and current portfolio, and prioritizing project by senior management. Gives you example here. A proposal for AVL, public transportation system. Give you an idea what is the project is all about. This is proposal form, which is classification, which is operational. The business project solve, which is what hyperlink have to enhance, increase customer satisfaction. In terms of strategy alignment, increase customer ridership. Deliverable with GPS tracking system. Again, what is the impact not meeting the ridership goals? What are the three major risks of this project? Cost overrun, hacking system, and integration of Rail. How we measure the success, increase ridership, customer satisfaction, meeting budget and schedule. Okay, so this is the key. This is a 10 million project. How long it will take? 22 weeks, which is about accept. Okay, this is a signature. This is another proposal. Then look at the risk analysis for another one. 500 wind farm. This is the brief risk assessment. What are the purpose to draw attention apparent project risk? What will need mention attention? The four major risks such as government incentive, curtail, land use injunction, energy price decrease, new import taxes. Okay. Then government incentive curtail such as high and high, land use injunction medium to high, energy price decrease medium to medium, new import tax which is low to high. So if you get a good here, this is good or okay. Okay. Project screening process. You go to the process here. Priority teams evaluate the proposal, review, portfolio balance. If it is rejected, go here and ask for written information. If go continue to pursue, project manager staff are sent to have detailed implementation plans, and then go to priority teams, evaluate the proposal with implementation plan. If this proposal is no good, it get rejected. If good, there's written for. If it is rejected, it's go return for more information. It goes accept, it's gonna flow all the way to project data issue. Resources are assigned, so project will be initiated. This is a typical flow of the project screening process. And then priority screening is another way of doing things here. And you got a table all the way from provides information, project number here, give you an idea of the flow, the objectives, and then the importance here, the column importance, and as well as the total weighted score of that project. In 2.8, managing portfolio system, which is senior management provides guidance in establishing selection criteria that strongly align that current organization strategies, and annually decides how to balance the available organization resources, people and capital among the different types of project. And for the governance team responsibility, publish the priority of every project and ensure the selection process is open and free of power politics, and evaluate the progress screen projects and constantly scan external environment to determine if of focus or the selection area need to be changed. Okay. Balancing portfolio for region type. So example here, David and Jim Madison study R&D organization and develop a classification scheme that could be used for assessing project portfolio. They separated project in terms of degrees of difficulties and commercial value. There are four basic type of projects such as bread and butter involve evaluation improvement to current products and services. Pearl represent reinforcing of commercial advances using proven technology. Oyster involve technology breakthrough with tremendous commercial potential. White elephant show promises at one time but no longer viable. So that's the one. The next one we're gonna focus on the key terms of these chapters. What are the key terms that we just reviewed? Remember this: implementation gap, net present value, organization politics, payback, phase gate model, priority system, priority team, project portfolio, project sponsor, sacred crow, and strategic management. These are the key terms that you need to understand on this second chapter. Okay. Again, this slide is owned by McGraw-Hill. Okay, so you need to understand that copyrights are prepared by McGraw-Hill. Okay, So I'm gonna upload this in YouTube and gonna prepare all the question and answer in a puzzle at the My Guru 8888 so you can review do interactive for this class. Okay, thank you everyone, hope you enjoy the video. Bye bye.